So tell me about Steve Lee.
He's like a chain-smoking Zen monk who makes arts in the woods by himself. And that's why he's important, because there's not many of those left, and we need to keep the one we have.
Steve lives pretty off the grid. He's been living here on this land for about 20 years. He lives in a yurt that he built himself with no running water, and his electricity comes from solar panels and car batteries. And he's been able to make it work and make his art and his lifestyle sustainable and manageable. But at this point, he needs our help.
Well, Steve has been making art for a long time. He started off when he was the head instructor at Tom Brown's Wilderness Survival School. And being someone who's an expert in medicinal and edible plants, he also became fascinated with traditional techniques for creating artwork. And he draws inspiration from many native traditions and cultures, working in stone and wood and metal, all by hand. And his artwork is just, it's impeccable, it's sophisticated. I knew him before I became a professional artist, and he's always been a great inspiration for making really beautiful work.
I was one of those people who wasn't very satisfied with traditional options in our society, punching the time clock and all that. So I decided to see if I could figure out a simpler way to live. When I was teaching primitive living techniques, napping and pecking stone was one of the things that I taught, and so I applied it to jewelry on a smaller scale. Yeah, it started out looking more or less like that. And that's a piece of, those are both dogwood from the local shrubby dogwoods.
However, Steve can no longer continue to work in his 16-foot yurt, especially during the winter months.
Well, I got to the point where I couldn't even run a couple of 12-volt lights last winter. I had to pull out kerosene, or a propane lantern, hang it up and run it off the propane tank. Because wintertime there's just not enough input.
In this fast-paced, technology-obsessed world, Steve Lee is one of a dwindling breed. He's been making handmade, sustainable art by himself in the woods for the past 20 years, and now he needs our help.